Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone in today's session, which is on overview of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So some devotees are here with me in person, and others are either online or might be joining. This is online on Zoom, and some might catch up later on YouTube live. So Hare Krishna to everyone. If you haven't been here in these sessions before, we do these sessions every weekend, Saturday 9:30 to 10:30 UK time for adults. Everybody's welcome. And UK time, Sunday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. winter time. And then when the summer comes, we move to 6 to 7 p.m. because it's long summer here in UK. We have been doing overview of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join. There are around 400, even more translations of Bhagavad Gita as it is in the market. But the one we follow and one which is widely spread is Bhagavad Gita as it is, written by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's do the Mangalacharan and then we shall resume to our sessions. Om. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanajnanशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते. ताप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी परमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामने. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. शिल गुरुदेव महाराज की जय. जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone again, those who are here with us. This is the hybrid session. So we have some devotees, some kids in present, some who are delayed and going to join us soon, some who are there online on Zoom, and those who might be watching us on YouTube live. Hare Krishna. We welcome everyone. So these sessions we have started the series of Bhagavad Gita. Initially, we are doing the overview, and the overview is very detailed as well, very philosophical, but we are trying to keep it to the kids level. However, not a lot of Sanatan Dharma followers called Hindus following and reading Bhagavad Gita on a regular basis. So I believe everyone will equally get benefit of these sessions because Bhagavad Gita is one of those scriptures which everyone should be reading through. Srila Prabhupada ji has given the Bhagavad Gita based on the previous Acharya's commentary, so he condensed everything. He provided the English translation of the Bhagavad Gita because it was given by the Acharyas in different languages. Now, we have dealt with this Kuru family, and until unless there is someone new, we will skip. If you are new and you would like to know any of these boxes on the screen, each box represent a, well, a character in Mahabharata. So if in case you might notice that I'm looking just this is a laptop screen is small, behind it we have a big telly, and on the telly screen we have the same slides, so I'm looking there so everybody could hear in the room able to see, but I'm controlling the presentation through the laptop. So Kuru family we have already seen, we have noticed. If in case you missed it, feel free to follow where the channel name is VP Govinda Das. VP Govinda Das, Varunapati Govinda Das is my initiated name. VP Govinda Das is the name, condensed form by the permission of my Srila Gurudev Ji. You will find the previous recordings, and if in case you have any question, feel free to ask. Bhagavad Gita as it is, there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita. 18 divided by 3, 6. So there are 3 categories of 6 chapters each. First 6 chapters are on Karma Yoga, the middle one are on Bhakti Yoga, and the end one on Jnana Yoga. These sessions are supposed to be interactive, so you might hear the kids speaking, asking, discussing things now and then. There are 4 prominent acharyas here. I will take the name and then I will request others, somebody else to take the name so we will know how to pronounce these names. So rather than me talking all the time, it would be great if others will chip in as well. So the very first one is Srila Baldev Vidya Bhushan. Anybody would like to say?
Srila Baldev
Vidya Bhushan. Very nice. So Shirla is like Mr. So you will see almost everyone got Shirla there. Shirla Baldev Vidya Bhushan. He was one of the prominent acharyas, and he wrote Gita Bhasyam. Hare Krishna. I think somebody else has joined. Welcome. Then the next one on the right, if you see, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Great. And then Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in short, VCT. So a lot of time when we make the notes, if Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has said something, we put the abbreviation as VCT. And Saratha Varsini Chika. I think some of the devotees have joined with the group. Then we have Srila Shridhar Swami. Srila Shridhar Swami. Would you like to say that? Yeah, all right. Srila Shridhar Swami. And then we have Shripad Ramanujacharya ji. Shripad Ramanujacharya ji. who wrote Gita Bhashya. So these different commentaries, different acharyas, they have presented Bhagavad Gita as they perceive them in their own. So there is a very subtle difference. It could be a difference could be in Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Difference could be in terms of the the a bit of language difference could be there. Some could be in Avdi, some could be in Sanskrit, some could be in Hindi. So we have already discussed this. We had kind of because we had a couple of weeks off. So we are revising what we did. These are four different acharyas, and I will just take the name again for everybody's benefit. The first one, Shirla Baldev Vidya Bhushan. Shirla Baldev Vidya Bhushan. The second one, Shirla is like Mr., Miss, Doctor, right? Title. Shirla is spiritually somebody who is older than us, we give Shirla. Or in Hindi, we call Shiri. We don't say Mr., we say Shiri. And then sometimes people say Shiriman or Shirimati. Shiriman is Mr. for men, and Shirimati is for women. That's in Indian culture. But Shirla is for somebody who is spiritually older than me. Right? So Shirla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In short, VCT, initials. Right? VCT. And then Shirla Shridhar Swami. Shirla Shridhar Swami. Then Shripad Ramanujacharya. They have given their own commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Right? So, for example, Rohan is doing Bhagavad Gita. Once Rohan has completed Bhagavad Gita, so we go Bhagavad Gita here, and I think we all go a copy of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So let's say you have read Bhagavad Gita completely and you have studied systematically number of times. Then Rohan can decide, I'm also going to give my own commentary. So somebody else will say, I am reading Bhagavad Gita as it is by Rohan. Yeah. So Rohan will say, the verse says, Tehino asmi yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tata dehantara prapta dhiras tatra namuyati. So Rohan could say that this is the Sanskrit. Let me explain to everyone in Spanish. And then you can give your own commentary in Spanish or French. Any other language you are doing?
Hindi.
Hindi, very good. You can give the commentary in Hindi. However, Srila Prabhupada ji has already given a commentary, but this is how these different commentaries come along. So, because the verses, Sanskrit verses are always same. Because Lord Krishna, he said those verses to Arjun, and some of the questions Arjun asked. But this is the Bhagavad Gita, Sanskrit, the conversation. But now, how people interpret, how people understand, and different people understand them differently. So what Srila Prabhupada ji did, Srila Prabhupada ji read all that, and none of them had in English, but English is the widely known language. So what Srila Prabhupada ji did, he read everything, he condensed, and then translated in English. So we could read in English. And then there are a lot of other languages which could be easily translated from. So you will find less people who know Hindi and also Spanish. Hindi good enough to translate from Hindi to Spanish. Yeah. But you will find more people who know English and they can translate from English to Spanish, English to French, English to Russian, English to Chinese, English to Japan. And you will see almost any language you think of, Bhagavad Gita as it is has been translated into that language. But the very first language was English given by Srila Prabhupada ji. Yeah. So this is how all these prominent acharyas they come, where they are very important for us. Okay, we have already seen this, that who said how many verses. Lord Krishna said most of the Bhagavad Gita verses, 574 verses. Arjun said 84 verses, Sanjay said 41, Dhritarashtra said 1.
So this blind, so that's why.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Yes. So Dhritarashtra was blind and he only wrote one verse. And do we know which verse was that? Fantastic. The very first verse was by them. We did a yagya, a spiritual gathering at our place. You could not come because we had something important to attend to. So we did a quick quiz on Bhagavad Gita. And one of the question was, who said the first verse of Bhagavad Gita? And these were the four choices. These were the first choices. Could you guess what most of the people answered? What was their choice? That's right. Yes. Because Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Gita is the song of the God. Song of God. Yeah. So who would say, you would think? God. God is who? Lord Krishna. So everybody, almost everybody said Lord Krishna. But there's only one verse with Dhritarashtra said, because the question was who said the first one. People get it wrong. People get this wrong most of the time. If you will meet any Hindu person and you will say, do you know Bhagavad Gita? And they will say, yes. But do you know who said the very first verse of Bhagavad Gita? I think 99% the answer will be wrong. Because people will say Krishna. Krishna said most of it. And we will say later in percentage how many. But then we notice this, that there are 18 chapters. Each chapter has number of verses. Chapter 18 is the longest one.
Also, the stars on the side show which one's the biggest and which one's the smallest.
Fantastic. So which one do you reckon is the biggest?
Chapter 18.
No, I don't know. Which is the second one after that?
Chapter 15 and chapter 12.
But they are the smallest one. After
Chapter 2.
chapter 2. So if you see, the biggest is chapter 18, which is the second biggest, largest, the most number of verses than chapter 2. But you're right.
So
There's,
two of them are the smallest and they have the same amount of verses.
that's
One
right.
of them is the big.
Fantastic. Yeah. Because the idea was to show that which is the biggest and the largest and which is the smallest. But because they are two smallest, so we put two stars there. Yeah. So in Bhagavad Gita, the shortest chapters have 12 and 15. They have 20 verses only. Imagine 20 verses. And the longest one, 18 and then 12. And then we have seen this, so we will go very quickly. We were on chapter 2, so we'll quickly skip through. But feel free to mention anything you remember and you like to raise it. So, okay, let's go back. So this is Dhritarashtra, the blind guy. And do we know the person, name of the person who's sitting there? On down in yellow. Sanjay, very nice. So Sanjay is the one who got this, what we call Divya Dishti, like a live telecast. I'm looking at the wall. He could just look at the wall and he could see everything in there. Imagine the power he had. We don't have it.
I think it's because I remember you said because
Oh, that was Arjun who practiced in the night, so he could use the bow and arrow in the night as well. Sanjay, on the other hand, was given a benediction, a blessing by Vedvyasji. So Vedvyasji came and he said to Dhritarashtra that because Dhritarashtra was blind, he could not go and fight in the battle. So he was crying. And when Vedvyasji came, he said, oh, if you're really so sorry, I can give you the eyes. He said, no, I don't want eyes. Because if I will get the eyes, yeah.
because if he gets out, because he didn't see his children die, but he'd see his children die.
Very nice. Yes, that's it. That's what he said. That I didn't see them growing, and now if I get the eyes, I have to see them dying. I don't want to. I'm happy. But still, he was curious what was going to happen in the battlefield. Nobody will know. And they said, "Can you give the eyes to Sanjay so he could watch from here and he can narrate the whole Bhagavad Gita?" And that's what happening. And this is Duryodhan, the leader of the baddie, and then his teacher, who was not bad, but because his son, he was very attached to his son. So this is Dronacharyaji. Dronacharyaji's son was Ashwathama. And the funny thing about Ashwathama, Ashwa in Sanskrit is horse. So why somebody would be called Ashwathama?
Because they rode horses.
Yeah, but then most of the people used to.
He's a donkey.
Oh, he's a dog.
He's a horse.
No, he's not a horse. He's a human. Because when people are born, well, the kids are born.
Oh, his name means so. His name means so.
His name has horse, but why did the horoscope said that we should name it by horse? Why?
Horses, star signs and stuff. There's like
When the sun shines and all. Not really. Because he was very little, we didn't know whether he liked horses or not.
when he was born,
That's it. Exactly. How do
what
say that? Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's donkey. I don't know. That's horse. Let's do it again. Yeah. Ron got it. So that's it. This is what used to happen. If somebody's born, and there was a movie as well, Bahubali. The little kid, he was so small, and while the mother was there, he got hold of mother's finger, and mother was taking the finger away. He did not leave. A little baby, infant. And then the mother said, "Okay, you're very strong, so your name will be Bahubali." Bahu is like Bali, strength. Bahu, a lot of strength. So based on the characters used to be named. When Ashwathama was born, so he didn't cry like normal kids. How normal kids cry? Do you remember? Yeah, we remember that because we still cry like that sometimes. But he didn't do that. He cried like horse. Yes. So
How
sweet.
does a horse cry?
Well, I think the way we just said it. Oh, maybe that. I don't know. I've never, but I guess the voice which was coming made everyone realize that, oh, wow, this is like horse. So that's why they said, oh, Ashwathama. Ash is horse, right? That's the name given to him.
He
These,
still make horse noise.
I think he could. He was actually very intelligent, smart, and clever guy, Ashwathama. He was very, very strong. Well, imagine his father was a teacher of everyone. He was a royal teacher. So at that time, if you remember, Kuru were on the top, and these two big families, so the Dhritarashtra family and Pandav's family, they were the princes on the planet Earth. There wasn't anyone else. Only these princes were there. Princes were there at that time. Yeah. This is history. Yeah. Like, do you remember any person in history who is not there anymore? Anyone?
Well, William the Conqueror.
Very nice. Yes. Alexander the Great. Queen, you might remember.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Queen was there, but even before that, Victoria, Queen Victoria, 1, 2, they were there. We even might see some pictures and all. But if you go even before Hitler, Napoleon, huh? We can go even before that. So, Krishna. So 5,500 years back, when roughly around that time when this happened, then India was much bigger and there wasn't anyone else. So this is the history of that time.
So every single
Yes, but it wasn't called India.
It was called Pangea.
That's the name. That's the name modern science gives.
Continents were joined.
Yes. So
India.
the name was Bharat. The name was Bharat. Still, in India called Bharat. The outside people called India. India got famous later. Why? Do you know why? From where India the name came up?
Oh, it was the lake.
Yeah, river.
The
Indus River. That's true. So there's Indus River. So from the east, so if India isn't the India, now what we call India, but it was like what Shivani was saying, if you will go back many years back, now how many continents we have? We have what?
5.
Oh.
It's 5.
7. I was gonna say 7.
Well, there used to be 7 when I was in school. I don't know how many these days. I think there are still 7. I think there are still 7 continents. But there was a time all these continents were together.
Yeah, like we learned about
Yeah,
it in school.
that's right. Yes, the school catching up. So then, of course, a lot of things happen, volcano, earthquakes. The one thing it started splitting. You know, if you have a big chocolate, what happens? If you melt, it will go slowly disintegrate, break. It becomes watery. That's what's happening now. If you see all the ice on the mountains, glaciers, what's happening? Climate change. That's been happening for that long, global warming and all. So it was just one big continent, and that was named Bharat.
In school, we saw a map
Oh yeah,
of
huh?
it.
You got a big map on your wall in the living room. Yeah.
We took it down
Oh yes, you did last time. Well, why did you do that?
because it.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Let's try to get another one, and then you would know the name of the continents, and then you will see where exactly. So what happened? The big planet, big continent broke it down into different 7 continents now, and there are lots of oceans, rivers. So
Happened because of the.
there we go. That's fine. Yes, definitely. Turning place. Yes. Yeah. A lot of scientific reasons, justification. Now what happened? There is Indus River there. Indus. Indus. The people who were on the other side, when they used to cross Indus River to reach to, so in Bharat was big, and then it started splitting through, and then America this side, Australia, New Zealand, China, Russia. The people started divided. Like even now, people are dividing. You know, Eh, a lot of people. If you read the World War II, the country like Ottoman Empire, there was a time Germany. If you see 16th, 17th century, big Germany used to be the biggest. Like, well, maybe not as big as Russia, but Russia, USSR was much bigger. That been split. If you will read history, World War One, World War Two, it used to be like we have USA. Do you know the full form of USA?
The United States of America.
Well done. Do you know the full form of USSR? What is the USSR?
It's so weird.
Soviet Republic.
Russia. So Russia, so like USA, United States of America, but we call it America or sometimes US, yeah, but America in short. So what do we call Russia now? Used to be USSR, United Soviet, USSR, United Soviet State of Russia. It was massive, and there are a lot of countries which have come out of there. Similarly, Germany was very big, and then a lot of countries are. So this way, India, what we know now, used to be massive, but it's very small.
They also gave a bit of their country to Pakistan.
That's right. Yes, yeah. Part of India got divided in 1945, I think. And then that's Pakistan. There was
I
1971,
think
Bangladesh. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yes. So the reason I was saying, so now those people who are on the west of India, when they used to come to India, there is a river in between called Indus. And then they didn't know what to call the people who used to live on the other side, like Indians. But the Indian word was not there. So they used to call them Indi. Like English people in England, people are called English. In Scotland, people are called Scottish. In Ireland, people are called Irish. In Wales, people are called Welsh. Similarly, when they wanted to name the people who used to live on that side of Indus River, they call them Indi. But after a while, Indi becomes Hindi. So that's why the word Hindi came, the word Hindustan came. They call, the Arabic people call Hindustan, like Pakistan, Hindustan. But the word in India was Bharat. So Indi and the people so Indi people, where do they live? They live in India. And what are they called? They're called Indians. That's from Indus River, all that started. And during the generation, the name changed from Indi to Hindu, but from Indi to Indian. That's how Indian name. Otherwise, India is a name from outside, but not from inside. Similarly, Greece. We call Greece. Greek people don't call their country as Greece. They call it something else. And in India, from India, now, of course, everybody calls Greece, but from India, we never called Greece as Greece. We used to call it something else. I forgot. Like Egypt, we used to call Misr. There is a different name, different name. But now, after a while, globalization happened and English became prominent. Everybody called by English names. But otherwise, different countries have different names for different countries. So India used to be Bharat. It's still, like we say, made in China, made in India. A lot of Indian companies, they write made in Bharat. If you get any Indian groceries or Indian, you get? No?
We don't see it.
No? Okay. I will find something. I will send you the picture.
But
Yes.
and then it said made in
Made in Bharat. Yeah. A lot of books, they do that. A lot of products, they do that. So that time when the Bharat was there, he was the teacher. Dronacharya was the teacher, and his son, imagine, he was the teacher of all the princes, and his son was Ashwithama. So he was very clever because the teacher always used to teach. Teacher would love to teach, whether kids would like to learn or not. Teacher would love to teach. So that's what he did, and he taught everything to his son. And then this is Bhishma Pitama. Anything we remember about Bhishma Pitama? Yes.
So he couldn't get kindergarten as he wanted to.
Very nice. And why was that?
Because his mom, Ganga,
Yeah.
drowned 7 sons,
Yeah.
and then someone who was praying, they got disturbed, and then all of them said sorry except for one.
Nice. Yes, very nice. Yes, so they were Vasus. They are like celestial bodies, celestial people, a bit heavenly, not humans. They offended, and the sage cursed them. And then he was the one who did not say sorry. Rest of them, the rest of the kids they were drowned, but he didn't. So he lived longer. And then because he helped his father a lot, especially to get married to someone his father wanted to, so his father was so happy. And because he promised that I will never get married, I will never have children. So his father was very happy, and his father said, I give you a boon. And then Bhishma was his name. Bhishma is like very austere, something very, very austere. So if your dad or mom would do something very austere, right, you can say, from today I'm going to call you Bhishma. No, Shiba doesn't agree on that. But yeah, you can try. And then you can explain them why we want to call you Bhishma. Yeah. But yeah, Bhishma was the oldest one. And he did die during Mahabharata. He decided to die. And on one particular day, we still celebrate that day when he died.
Wait,
Because
which day is it?
this is one of the Ekadashi. Yeah, we have, so according to the Hindu temple, Hindu calendar, Sanatan calendar, which is based on moon. The new calendar we follow, Georgian calendar, is based on sun. The moon calendar we have, that's only for 28 days. All the months are 28 days. Then what happened? We have every 15 days we have a fast. We call it Ekadashi. So in 1 month we get 2 fasts. one of the Ekadashi was the one he decided I'm going to go on that day because it's very auspicious. So we try to do fasting on that day. A lot of devotees do fasting on that day because it's very auspicious. So this is what happened. Arjun said to Krishna, let's go, get in the middle. Everybody started blowing the conch shell. And now Krishna and Arjun, they are right in the middle of the battlefield. I'm going quick because we have already done it. So these verses, if you remember, Arjun got very, very, very immoral. No, sorry, not immoral. Morally weak. So he had all the weapons with him. He had all the knowledge with him. But he
didn't know what to do because some relatives were on one side and the other were on one side.
Because on both sides, he had his friends and relatives. They said, I don't want to kill either. Sometimes it happens. Like when somebody said, like maybe dad will say to mom, whose side you want to take, Rohan's or Anushka? And mom said, well, they both are my kids. Yeah. So mom will say, I have compassion for both. Similarly, he when he went in the middle, he saw both sides as my own family. He had compassion. So that was one reason he didn't want to. And these are the physical descriptions that what happened to him. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes when we are scared, we start trembling, our voice goes away. All these things happen to him. And then going forward, he gives even more. Do we know why he said enjoyment? He gave enjoyment as the reason. Why? How come enjoyment could be a reason? Say, I don't want to fight. So he gave these reasons, 5 reasons. One was compassion, because he was very compassionate towards everyone. So he said, because of my compassion, I don't want to fight with these people. But what was enjoyment? Yeah, give it a guess.
Like, you don't get anything, so you won't enjoy.
Yeah, partially, yes, Anushka.
Like, you wouldn't enjoy like anything if you just carry on it.
Very nice, yes. So with whom you are going to enjoy? So Arjun said to Krishna that if I will kill everyone, then there is no enjoyment left. Because we are going to kill everyone. And there were a lot of people killed. Destruction of family. What do we remember with that? Yeah?
So all his family members will be killed.
Yes. They said if all the family members going to get killed, and there are a lot of men. I don't think there were any women in there. Men used to go and fight. They always loved fighting, men. Women used to be very nice. They never learned fighting. Later on, they learned fighting as well. But not those days. Yes.
Was it was to look after the children?
That's true. Yeah, children were at home. Somebody should be there to look after them. But the male used to be the main ones who would go out to earn money, would go out and fight, especially for fighting. So if a lot of males who are going to die there, right? Because you need both mom and father, mother and father in the family. So the father is on the air to help the children. Mother is going to struggle. And that's why he said the destruction of the family will get distracted, disturbed. And then saintliness and fear. Why he was fearful? So we say C for compassion, D for destruction, E for enjoyment, F for fear. That's the way we remember all these. So F for fear. Why he was fearful, Arjun? Yeah?
Maybe he's like scared that it will come back to him.
Yeah, like ghosts.
Mm.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
What?
Maybe karma.
Maybe karma. Well done. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Giving the karma. Haunting. Okay. So yeah, that could have happened. But what he actually meant there was fear of sinful reaction. So karma is the correct answer. If you think about, he said, if I'm going to kill these people, that's going to be wrong, bad karma for me. If I'm going to do the bad karma, that's a sin. If I will do the sin, I will have to face the reaction. So this is not good for me. So Arjun is trying to convince Krishna that I should not fight because he's not feeling to fight. So he's trying to justify others. This is sometimes we do, right? We want to do something and we are trying to justify other person. I think this is good. Oh, this is not good. Let's not do it. So that's what Arjun is doing. Arjun trying to give the justifications to Krishna. Krishna hasn't asked yet. Krishna hasn't spoken a word yet. But at the end, what happens? Arjun says, chapter 1, verse 46, Arjun, put it down. I can't fight. I'm so sorry. But then goes further. Chapter 2 starts, and then Krishna said something. Very briefly, Krishna said something. Krishna said, Arjun, what happened to you? Why are you feeling like this? Anybody could read that on the top, please. Yes. Maybe you read the second.
How have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all benefiting a man who knows the value of life. They lead me not to higher planets, but to infamy. Do not yield to this degrading impotence. Give up such petty weakness of heart.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Shakespeare.
Yes, yeah. The language those days were very different. And I just noticed we have our friend Avinash Prabhuji as well. So I guess Avi is there. Hare Krishna, Avi. Welcome. So, yes, what
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Very nice. So the languages used to be different. Remember this Bhagavad Gita? Remember how many shlokas we have in Bhagavad Gita? How many chapters we have? Yes.
18.
700 श्लोका 18 चैप्टर आज मैं भी किड बन गया सर
अरे बहुत अच्छा है जी हम सभी हैं जी बच्चे यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा so our good friend Avinash Prabhuji is in Dubai and got a daughter Avi so yeah 700 verses and 18 chapters so 700 verses what do you think how long it would have taken Arjun and Krishna to speak those yeah give it a guess
2 days.
2 days okay any other guess years
Yeah.
So you think there were two battles happening, the whole war, Mahabharat battle and the war took 18 days roughly to finish. What do you think? How long?
Shakespeare paragraph. It take all days there.
But that was that time, that was the language of the land. Everybody used to speak like this, you know? Like I might not understand the language the teenagers speak these days. Yo. I don't know what you guys do, but that's your language. Our time it was different, and Krishna and Arjun's time it was a different language. So again, give it a guess. The whole Mahabharat was for 18 days. How long Krishna and Arjun had the conversation in the middle, which is classified as Bhagavad Gita?
6 days.
6 days, okay. So 6 days out of 18 or 6 days before 18 days started?
6 days out of 18.
Okay. Actually, the time it took for the conversation, when this conversation finished, then the day one started.
Oh.
Yeah. So the conversation happened before that because 18 days is G.
I think the time was stopped at that time समय भी रुक के सुनने लग गया था गीता I'm sorry and at that time the time was so ideally it was a 0 second time taken for both to talk among each other because the time itself was listening time and sun was itself listening to the Lord.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. So this is very highly philosophical. You guys might say how the time
I don't know I'm right or wrong I'm just guessing what you say that final.
Yes. No, that part is right. जो आपने कहा वो भी बिल्कुल सही है क्योंकि ऐसा आता है कि सभी उस टाइम पे रुक के सुनना चाह रहे थे लेकिन सब सुन नहीं पाए थे क्योंकि भीष्म पितामह जी ने ऐसा कहा कि मेरे जीवन के अगर सारे पुण्य भी लग जाएं मैं वो सारे पुण्य देकर ये जो कन्वर्सेशन हो रही है इसका एक क्षण भी सुन पाऊं तो मेरे लिए वो सारे पुण्य यूजफुल कारगर साबित होंगे लेकिन वो सुन नहीं पाए थे कि क्या हुआ था, लेकिन हाँ बहुत से लोग सुनने आए थे. So what happened then? Okay, we were 6 days. So yeah, the Mahabharata, the 18 days started when the conversation happened, because when the conversation finished, then the battle started. Yeah. 2 days. Good. We are going down from years to months to, yeah. It was in hours. Hours. Well, actually, it was in minutes. Yeah. 30 minutes. That's not very far. I
48.
okay. Yeah.
35.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Nice. Yes. So it says it took somewhere between 40 and 45 minutes. The whole conversation. The whole conversation happened within 40-45 minutes. However, mind it, our current 40-45 minutes and the time of 40-45 minutes then used to be very different. Used to be very different. It wasn't a very long time. That's why if you imagine two armies, they and the biggest war ever, more than World War One, more than World War Two. If you put those two together, how many people died? You will see in Mahabharata, a lot more people died. And everybody, well, there were only few people, 3 people who did not take part, or maybe few more, like Dhritarashtra and Sanjay didn't take part, but they were not supposed to.
Also, the kids didn't take part.
Kids didn't take part, the women didn't take part, but those who could have taken part, there were like mainly 3 people who didn't. But like Dhritarashtra, he wasn't supposed to be because he was blind. His chariot Sanjay, he didn't because he wasn't supposed to be, because who would run the chariot if he would not there? But the time, if you think about it, that time roughly between 40 minutes, where you said most of the people agree on 40 minutes it took. Then both armies were waiting for 40 minutes for this to finish so they can start fighting. And of course, a lot of people, they didn't want to fight.
I think it was Krishna. Lord Krishna was in the middle, so
Yeah.
they didn't want to fight.
That's right. Yes. A lot of people, they were fearful of Krishna. But more than that, a lot of people, they used to love Krishna. Now, from there were two, Pandav and Kaurav. So Arjun was Pandav. From Pandav's side, they all used to love Krishna. From the other side, most of the people, they were fearful of Krishna. Right? Because they knew they are fighting against Krishna and they're going to die. A lot of people, they knew in advance that they are going to die. Duryodhan was told that you are going to die in this. When Ved Vyas came, he told Dhritarashtra that your son's going to die. But of course, nobody wanted to believe. But people were still fearful of that. So 40 minutes, the conversation. Remember, this was just the conversation, 700 verses. Now, next time when you will sit together having a conversation, maybe talking to your friends, maybe, I don't know if you got to the stage when you chat a lot of time on Snapchat, on WhatsApp, on Insta, or wherever you are these days. Maybe check if you're chatting with someone for half an hour. Go back and see in terms of conversation how many text messages you have exchanged. And you would be surprised in 30 minutes, you might have done like 50 or maybe 100 of, some small conversations. This is what happened here. Once Krishna started, when Krishna spoke for a while, and then Arjun was inquiring in between, but it was a conversation, right? And the conversation, like what Shivani said, why this language? Because this language was the language people used to speak those days.
So they spoken in English.
They didn't speak in
It's
English.
translated.
This is translated in English. Not exactly translated. Reason being, there are some words in Sanskrit which don't have any equivalent in English. Lost in meaning, lost in translations. For example, we have dharma. Do you know what dharma means in English?
Like your path. Isn't it happiness?
Dharma?
Mer.
So dharma loosely we translate as dharma is in English. In Sanskrit, we call dharma. If somebody will ask you, what's your dharma? You will say, my dharma is Hindu. Why? Because people think dharma is religion. But dharma is not religion. But for practical purposes, most of the time people will consider dharma as in religion. But it's what we call loose translation. It's lucid translation. You know what lucid is? No? Lucid?
I don't understand.
Okay. So the best way for me to explain is, sometimes we are in dreams, and sometimes we are awake, sometimes we are deep sleep, and sometimes we are in middle of it. We are half.
You're like dream walking kind of
Yeah.
vibe. That's the
Yes, well, maybe we are not walking. But yes. So it happens. A lot of times when we wake up, if I'm winning a lottery or something, I would love to go back to the sleep because I want to collect my lottery winning, So I will go back. But what happens? Yeah,
So would that be like the lottery thing? What is that a dream or real life?
it's a dream. If you would like to go back, then it's a dream. But that's what we call lucid dream. When you are half awake, half in dreams. That's called lucid. That's like half. Half reality, half awake, half sleepy. You're not sure which part it is. There was and you treat this as a homework. Next time.
It says express clearly, easy to understand, or bright and luminous.
Bright and luminous. Bright and luminous, yes. So lucid dreams, as I said, it's like not very clear. But there is a
It said the opposite of lucid
Yeah,
is
the-
unclear.
that's what I'm saying. That this is the easiest way I can explain. But there's a philosopher. You know who are philosophers? They talk like this. There's a Krishna. A lot of people consider Bhagavad Gita as a philosophy book. That's why you read the name of the subject is RP, RS.
Yeah.
Which RS? Not RP anymore.
It's
R
Philosophy.
or RE, religious.
Yeah.
Religious. Not RP anymore. Yeah. Sometimes it's called religion education. Sometimes it's called religious studies. Sometimes it's called RP, religion and
so we changed to RP, which is
Religion.
religion, philosophy, ethics.
yeah. So a lot of time religion is considered as the philosophy. Philosophy will give you a lot of strange ideas. Oh, you consider them as strange because they are not. No. So we will finish here. There was a philosopher. He was dreaming. He actually was trying to meditate up thing, but he went into dream. Have you done meditation? Yeah. In yoga, very nice. The best sleep you get when you try to do meditation. You do meditation, you get into sleep, and then when he slept, he got into dream, and in the dream, he had the body of a butterfly, and he enjoyed his butterfly life. And after a while, he woke up. Now, when he woke up, he asked
So did he try and fly?
he didn't, but just before that, he asked a question to himself. You know what was the question? The question was, am I a human dreaming? Am I a human having a dream of butterfly, or am I a butterfly having a dream of human? Yeah? No one knows. Yeah?
Do butterflies have dreams?
Of course.
How do we know?
Yeah, we do know. Even the ants, scientifically proven.
No.
Ants have dreams.
No, it's not. It's good to be, yes.
You search it, there's a name for it. We have what we call there's a name for the dream we go for. But there is a similar name to the humans go into dream, and there is a name for it. And the similar name is given to the ants for their dreams. So as per the scientific proofs, even ants go and have dreams.
Are they going to stop it?
Yeah, this is a good point.
recitation.
Yes. Okay. So what we said that we will practice a lot of recitations. We do a lot of stories and we do the recitations as well. Yeah. So we will recite one verse, 2.7. Okay. If you try to find 2.7 here, and I will see if we have 2.7 here. Wait. Let us find it. Okay, so we don't have the 2.7. The Sanskrit is not there, but this is the translation. So we are going to recite this. You found it? Yeah. So if you have Veda base online, you can look for the 2.7, one of the best verses in Bhagavad Gita, because this is the very first time where Arjun surrenders to Krishna and Krishna accepted Arjun and as his disciple, and then Krishna started giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let me. Okay, so chapter 2, verse 7. Okay, and it is here. Right, we are ready. So we go for it. Yeah, you can read. Karpanyadoshopahatah sabhava prachamidam dharma samurachecha yishcham nishitam bhuvi tanme shishyaste amjadimam tvam papannam. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Carbon. Everybody carbon.
Nidosho. Nichitam bhuvi tanme shishyaste amjadimam tvam papannam. Shopataः svabhava prachabudvam dharma samurache tanme shishyasteam shadhulam papannam. Shopataः svabhava prachabudvam dharma samurache Yes.
Because of weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered unto me. You please instruct me.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Thank you so much. So do the recitation at home and then we will resume from chapter 2. Wondering, Hare Krishna प्रभु जी, आपके पास अगर भगवद गीता है क्या अपनी अभी का रिसाइट करना चाहेंगी वर्स 2.7?
यहाँ तो 10 बज रहे, अभी का तो सो गई कल सुबह स्कूल के लिए।
हरे कृष्ण. नो वरीज.
सॉरी,
वेरी नाइस.
भगवद गीता है हमारे पास, भगवद गीता है।
अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा.
हिंदी
थैंक यू.
हिंदी में हिंदी में हिंदी में
हिंदी में जी 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 बिल्कुल. ये बच्चे यहीं पे आपको समझ में आती है हिंदी जो हम बोलते हैं? हाँ, कह रहे हैं हाँ. थोड़ी बहुत बच्चों को समझ में आती है. ओके, वेरी नाइस. थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी. हरी बोल, आप आए. And thank you so much. We all will practice, do the recitation and read at least one verse of Bhagavad Gita every day before you sleep. You got the Bhagavad Gita, keep it next to your bed or somewhere. Before you go, at least read. If you're going to read one verse before you go to school, even better. But otherwise, before you sleep, one verse. Okay? All right, your parents are here. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Danvat pranams. Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you so much for your presence and look forward to see you